Let us see what is force and pressure. First, here we can see there are two types: contact force and non-contact force. Contact force and non-contact force. In this contact force, muscular force and friction, these forces comes. Which forces comes under contact force? Muscular force and friction. While in non-contact force, which forces comes? Magnetic force, gravitational force and electrostatic force. Under non-contact force, magnetic force, gravitational force and electrostatic force comes. So this is all about contact force and non-contact force. As the name indicates, contact force means the force which is exerted directly through the contact with the object, while non-contact force means the force which is exerted without any contact with the object. Now let us see what is contact force. What is contact force? A force generally acts when it is in contact with an object, and such forces are called as contact force. A force generally acts when it is in contact with an object, and such forces are called as contact force. Means the force which is exerted through the contact with an object is called as contact force. Then what is muscular force? Here the force exerted by the muscles of the body is called as muscular force. The force exerted by the muscles of the body is called as muscular force. Every human being is having muscles, and the force which is exerted through the muscles of his bodies is called as muscular force. Now we will see the example of that muscular force. See, when you pick up a book placed on the table using your hands, then you apply some muscular force on that. Okay, while uplifting that book, while picking that book, we are applying some force. This force is called as muscular force. The force which is exerted on that book by our body is called as muscular force. Then there is another force which is called as friction. Friction is a force that opposes motion between any surfaces that are touching. There are two surfaces on this friction, and there is a opposition to the motion. So in this way, friction is a force that opposes motion between any surfaces that are touching. Now let us see here some uses of friction are given. First of all, we will see friction always slows a moving object. Means friction minimizes the speed of any moving object. Here we can see an example of a moving car. See, if there is a moving car moving, then in case we are not applying any acceleration in that car, then after some time automatically that will car slow down. How it will slow down? Because of that friction. So here friction can be useful. How it can be useful? It can be useful because it prevents our shoes slipping on the pavement when we walk. Okay, it prevents our shoes slipping on the pavement when we walk. Also, friction stops car tires skidding on the road. It stops the car tires from skidding on the road. Then when you walk, friction is caused between the tread on the shoes and on the ground. Means there is a friction between the lower part of our shoes and on the ground. Then this friction acts to grip the ground and prevent sliding. It prevents us from sliding on the ground. Another type of force is there, that is non-contact force. There is another type of force which is called as non-contact force. The force which is exerted without direct contact with the object is called as non-contact force. Let us see here what is the definition. Force applied to an object to another body without any contact is called as non-contact force. You can see in the diagram there are some pins, some metal pins here, and we are taking a magnet near the pins. Now without touching the pins with the magnet also, this magnet pulls some of the pins towards it. So what type of force it is? It is a non-contact because there is no contact between the object. Okay, there is no contact between the magnet and pins, but without having the contact also, this magnet is pulling the pins towards itself. So it is a non-contact force. Now, what is magnetic force? When an object is brought near to this field, which field? Magnetic field, it gets attracted to the magnet without any physical contact. So it is called as magnetic force. When an object is brought near to this field, it gets attracted to the magnet without any physical contact. It is called as magnetic force. You can see in the picture what it shows. It shows the phenomenon of force and friction. Now let us take another example. Magnetic force is defined as the power that pulls materials together. An example of magnetic force is how a magnet can pick up coins. See, if a coin is there in the soil, so to find out the coin, you can make use of the magnet. You have to simply keep this magnet near the ground, and automatically this magnet will pull the coin towards it. Now we will see another force which is called as electrostatic force. See, here three conditions are given there. First condition in which there is a positive charge and negative charge. Second condition in which there is two positive charges are there, and in third condition there are two negative charges. Let us take first condition. In the first condition, there are two types of charges. One is positive and another is negative. What will happen? They will attract each other. Means two different types of charges attract each other. If there are two types of charges, then they will attract each other. But two same types of charges will repel each other. For example, if there are two positive charges, then they will repel each other. Or if there are two negative charges also, then they will repel each other. Now, the repulsive or attractive interaction between any two charges bodies called as electrostatic force. The repulsive or attractive interaction between any two charged bodies is called as electrostatic force. What is electrostatic force? The repulsive or attractive interaction between any two charged bodies is called as an electrostatic force. Now, the electric charges are of two types. Electric charges are of two types, positive charge and negative charge. Electric charges are of two types. One is positive charge, another one is negative charge. You can see one of the example. See, there is a plastic scale and you are rubbing this plastic scale on your hairs, and after rubbing it, take this plastic scale near some pieces of paper. What will happen? This plastic scale will pull these pieces of papers towards it. So pieces of papers will get stick to this plastic scale. It may be a plastic scale, it may be a pen, or it may be a rod also, or it may be a comb also, which you use daily. You can use a plastic comb daily, whatever the combs you use daily. Just rub the comb on your hair and take this comb near some pieces of paper, then automatically it will catch this piece of paper towards it. Okay. Now let us see another example. In this example, what will you have to do? Just you have to do one thing, that you have to take two balloons. You have to fill the air in these balloons. Then tie a thread on the balloons and keep both these balloons in a place, like hang these balloons on a hook. What will you see? You will see that both these balloons are repelling to each other. Then you can see the functioning of Xerox machine. Behind the functioning of Xerox machine also, there are some kind of forces. Now let us see gravity force. What it is? Gravity force. So gravity is the natural force that causes things to fall towards the earth. Gravity is the natural force that causes things to fall towards the earth. Okay, gravity is the natural force that causes things to fall towards the earth. You can take that example of Newton. You remember once Newton was sitting under an apple tree and suddenly an apple falls near him and then he concluded the law of gravitational force. So, leaves and fruits fall from a tree downwards towards the ground due to the gravitational force. Leaves and fruits fall from a tree downwards towards this due to this gravitational force. And another example is that when you are throwing a ball upwards, then after some time it gets downwards and fall on the ground due to that gravitational force. Some another examples are there. See, the earth rotates around the sun due to gravitational force of that sun. Then a bee is falling on the ground from the tree. Why? Why it is falling only on the soil? Why it is not going towards the sky? That is because of the gravitational force of the earth. Then when we are jumping, why we are not going towards the sky? Because after some time earth pulls us back. Then let's see what is pressure. Pressure is produced when force acts on an object. Pressure is produced when force acts on an object. Here we can take some examples of pressure. You can see there is a notice board in each and every office, or in your schools also there is a notice board, and some notices are sticked by these pins. For sticking the pins, you have to apply the pressure on the pins. Then only these pins get stick to the notice board. So, pressure is the force acting on a unit area of object. Pressure is the force acting on a unit area of the object. Now let us see the rule. Larger the area of surface, smaller will be the pressure produced by a given force. And smaller the area of the surface, larger will be the pressure by the same force. That means pressure is equal to force upon area. Pressure is equal to force upon area. So the SI unit of pressure is Newton per meter square. It is also called as Pascal, which is denoted by PA. Now, application involving high pressure. The same force produces high pressure if it acts on a small area. You can take the example of drilling machine. Drilling machine acts on a smaller area, that's why it exerts a great pressure. This is the same case in case of sieving machine, or in case of cutting a carrot with knife. Now application involving low pressure. The same force produces low pressure if it is not acts on large area. When we are walking on a soil, a very minimal amount of pressure is exerted by our foot on the soil. We can see the example of tractor, and also example of keeping some weight on our head. Let us see this. What is this? You can see this is a water tank. And why they built it very high? Why they built it very high? For increasing the pressure, because the pressure increases with depth. You can see another example which is related with the pressure. It is the example of water dam. All the liquids exert pressure on the bottom and falls of their container. The liquid exerts pressure on the base of the vessel. Here the liquid exerts pressure on the base of the vessel. Liquid exerts pressure on bottom of its container, which depends on its height of its column.